Hello and welcome to another exciting adventure on the Crimson Sith channel. Today we have another Star Wars miniatures battle. This time it's the Empire versus the Yuuzhan Vong, or more specifically a smaller battle. I have a theory with the Ashoka show that it's possible they could make the enemy that Thrawn is running from, but the Yuuzhan Vong. So I have the Yuuzhan Vong boarding the capital ship, or over there and over there, the Chimara, which is Thrawn's ship. So I have Thrawn, 2 Nigori bodyguards, then I have a stormtrooper commander, he's the one kneeling, with some regular stormtroopers in there, in the command center. Further down here, we have a stormtrooper officer in the front, and a sand trooper, and 3 501st stormtroopers coming in to reinforce them, because their ship has been boarded by the Yuuzhan Vong. And in the middle there we have, I don't remember, he's one of the leader, commander effect, Yuuzhan Vong, and he's got an Ossus Guardian, far outsider, and some warriors with him. And then over here in the middle we got Priest, and he's got some really powerful warriors with him. Anyway, Yuuzhan Vong have Force immunity, which doesn't matter because there's no Force users in the battle, but they're very strong. They all have crab armor, which they have a very strong likelihood of reducing the damage that they receive. So the kind of story here is they're trying to kill all the survivors on the ship, of course, and disable the power regulator, which is that big chamber on the right, top right. Anyway, the battle points are Empire has 149, Yuuzhan Vong 148, so they're pretty close, about as close as I could get them. So it's going to be an interesting battle, and I'm going to do another Yuuzhan Vong battle that's bigger in the future. I don't know when that'll be, but I wanted to put this out since I had that theory about the Ahsoka show. I wanted to get this out before the episode's release and prove me wrong or right. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to roll some initiative and get started. A very interesting first round. Very back and forth right off the get-go. A stormtrooper, well, sand trooper, died immediately. Over here, the Imperials moved up, and because they won initiative because of Thrawn's master tactician, of course, and they kind of didn't do much. They got some pot shots in, but then the Yuuzhan Vong moved up, killed the sand trooper, and engaged the remaining 501st and stormtrooper officer. So that's going down. The 501st did a lot of damage on the Ossus Guardian and one of the other guys, I think. And over here, the Yuuzhan Vong took many losses, though. They ran up, did a lot of thudbug attacks, but the stormtroopers rolled really well and got their saves. And then in retaliation, they opened fire when the door was open, and they killed 2 of the warriors, which is pretty good. It was pretty amazing. The warriors, their save is very hard to, or it's harder to do than the other guys, so they weren't able to save any damage, and they only have 30 health, so they died pretty easily, especially with that commander allowing people to do more damage. So it wasn't great for the Yuuzhan Vong over here. The priest is right up with Thrawn, but Thrawn's bodyguards are there, so he's in a bad way. He had people with him, but they all perished. So, and his other guys are now locked outside of the room. I mean, they can open the door, but you know, it's just somewhat inconvenient for them. So anyway, It's going to be interesting. I haven't rolled for initiative yet, but unless Thrawn rolls a 1, he can choose to go first, so it's going to be interesting. Another interesting round of bloodshed. We had, right off the get-go, of course, Thrawn went first. His forces nearly killed the priest, and then the priest's, other guy over there ran up, opened the door, and threw a thud bug on his turn. And then the priest attacked and ran out. And at first opportunity, the other guy that was with him ran in. A lot of damage exchanged. Thrawn's forces tried really hard to attack that guy that was in the room, and he only got 10 damage out of many attacks. And I think all the attacks hit against him, but he was able to reduce them, and most of his guys only do 10 damage, because the bodyguards had to move to get to him, so they didn't get mighty swing. And panning over here, the 501st guys are getting obliterated. Before they activated, one of their number got killed, because I activated the officer first. It was dumb of me. And once one of those guys is down, because they have abilities where there needs to be 3 people with their name within 6 squares. So once one of them died, they didn't have enough for their abilities, so all of a sudden they're not attacking as good, not doing as much damage. So I thought they were going to destroy the Yuuzhan Vong, but now they're going to get destroyed by them. They did do some damage, just not enough. And the Yuuzhan Vong moved up right next to them, so next turn they're probably all going to die. And they did kill the far outsider, but he was the weakest one over there, so it doesn't matter too much. The officer is moving back. He's shooting and moving back. He's on his way to try to reinforce Thrawn at the command post, because this is a very serious threat. Even though Thrawn's doing okay over here, he's not doing great. I don't know if you noticed, but there was a stormtrooper commander there. He is dead. He got wiped out by that dude that rushed in the door. So that is not great. Also, a stormtrooper was lost over there. So the Imperials are down 4. Yuuzhan Vong are only down 3, but I mean, I'd say it's slightly tilted in the Yuuzhan Vong's favor at this point. So, on to the next. Alright, it's looking pretty dire for the Imperials now. They are all but defeated. So the stormtrooper over here is the last man standing. The officer shot as he ran. He did some damage, but he's still trying to get to Thrawn. The other 501st trooper died, and then this guy has 10 health left. He got hurt, but he's still standing at least. The Ossus Guardian got hit again. The Ossus Guardian only has 20 hit points left, which is pretty good for the Imperials, but there's a lot of Yuuzhan Vong over there. Over here, it's not looking good for Thrawn. That black armored Yuuzhan Vong guy that was up there with Thrawn's bodyguards, he suffered a lot of damage because of Thrawn's bodyguards, but then he killed them both by attacking Thrawn, who hadn't activated yet. And he has so many bonuses for Opportunist, he was able to whip out 40 damage because of the priest, because he was wounded per attack. And they would have killed Thrawn, but the Nagori assassins sacrificed themselves with their bodyguard ability for Thrawn. So they both died because he had twin attack. He did it twice. And this other guy killed another stormtrooper, and they didn't do too much else. That guy did get significantly wounded, but he's still coming. Thrawn is full health, but I don't know if Thrawn can kill them all by himself. he might be able to kill the wounded guy before he activates, because, you know, chances are Thrawn's gonna go first. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see if Thrawn can escape this one. Alright, Imperial's got some revenge. And I forgot to mention last round, Thrawn did kill the priest. That's why he was out of the room. He stepped over and shot him, because he watched his bodyguards get obliterated because the priest was giving him so much extra damage. So he came out of the room and killed him. This round, though, Thrawn was able to kill the wounded dude in the black armor that had killed his bodyguards. So he got revenge. And then this bodyguard, this black-clad armored dude tried to kill that stormtrooper. He had twin attack on him. He rolled a 2 and a 3. So not enough. Pretty crazy. Yuuzhan Vong rolled horrible. The Imperials actually rolled really good. The 501st guy died over here, but before he died, he attacked the Ossus Guardian, rolled a 20, which is a crit, which is double damage, and the Ossus Guardian did not save anything. Oh, the 501st does 20 damage, so that would be 40 damage with the crit. And that's what it was. Ossus Guardian didn't matter if he saved it. He only had 20 hit points left. So he could reduce it down to 30, which is still lethal. Pretty big. And then the Yuuzhan Vong that were remaining started chasing down. One of the wounded warrior killed the 501st guy because he only had 10 hit points left. And then the officer over here stood his ground, attacked twice with double attack at the warrior because he rolled too low the first time and missed. But then he rolled again, and he was able to kill the wounded warrior. It sounds bad when I say that. So that was pretty big. And the Yuuzhan Vong are catching up to him. They threw thud bugs at him. And he rolled and saved for all of them. So every man left in the Empire here is really making the Yuuzhan Vong pay for every inch that they're trying to take here. So we got ourselves a game. It is 3-on-3. That was a hell of a round. It's somewhat tied. So we have a stormtrooper officer, and Grand Admiral Thrawn versus this guy's like a leader. I think he's like I forgot what his name is. He's kind of like a Yuuzhan Vong commander type deal, but they don't call it that. And then we have a regular warrior, and then we have that really powerful dude in the black armor over there who is got 10 damage, and that's it. But oh yeah, he got 10 damage because that stormtrooper hit him. He got something through. Stormtrooper rolled an 18, which was enough, and the guy's crab armor didn't reduce it. So pretty crazy. Because he rolled like a 2 or something for a 4 for the armor. He needed like a 6 or something. Weird. Anyway, there we go. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. The Empire's doing really good still. The officer did get hurt over here, but he's still alive because he has a good amount of health. He has 20 health left. He was able to get some shots into the Yuuzhan Vong, into the guy with the staff right behind him. And that guy moved to cover after that. But I mean, it won't help him against him, but it'll help him if the Imperials over there shoot at him. These two guys are doing really good double teaming this guy in the black armor. Yuuzhan Vong didn't reduce any damage that turn. They all rolled really, really bad for their armor saves. So that was interesting. And one thud bug was thrown at somebody, I don't remember who, but the Imperials saved that. So the Imperials are making the saves, and the Yuuzhan Vong are not, which is quite a switch, because it felt like it was the other way earlier. Thrawn, his opportunist is huge right now. And actually, trying to think, is he supposed to be giving opportunists to his teammates? If so, that Yuuzhan Vong guy should be hurt more because the stormtroopers hit him too. I'll have to look into that. So I'll look into that as the next round begins. Alright, in this one, everyone got to use their abilities except for the people that got killed before they activated, of which there were 2 of those. Thrawn and his stormtrooper buddy, they overpowered the guy in the black armor. And I remembered that at least once I forgot that opportunist should have been applied. I think it might have been twice, but if I would have given him 10 damage twice for 2 different attacks, he would have died. So I only did it for 1. But either way, he would have died this turn because Thrawn had opportunist on him, and of course he rolled initiative because of tactician. So he was able to kill the guy before he activated with the stormtroopers' help. And then over here, these guys used the guy with the staff's ability to give his warriors double attack, and they both double attacked that officer and killed him before he activated. So that was sad for him. So now it's 2-on-2. It's a nail biter. It's crazy how these games swing back and forth. Like, one side is really winning. I thought Thrawn stood no chance, but now I think he's going to win. Thrawn is really strong against these guys, and having opportunist and then basically having initiative on lock is massive, especially at the end of a game like this. So the fact that they failed to kill him, and they did try. I mean, he went through both of his bodyguards. They threw the best that they had to try to kill him, and they didn't scratch him yet. So this might be over. Alright, now the saves are coming back. Thrawn and his stormtrooper engaged the warrior and his leader over there. They shot at the warrior, both of them. They did succeed, but he saved on both. So with their opportunist abilities, if they wouldn't have had that, they wouldn't have done damage. So he has 10 health remaining. He's still alive, the warrior. The leader also only has 10 remaining because he got shot by the officer way back, and somebody else, I think. So they're not doing great, but they did damage to Thrawn. I guess Thrawn saved one of the attacks, but he did get hit by 10 damage with the thud bug. So he has a little bit of damage now, but definitely still has the advantage. Because unless he rolls a 1 here, I think he's going to win. I think they're going to, at least they have the chance of killing both of them right now. In fact, they probably will. Yeah, they probably will kill. So there's only about a 1 in 20 chance, in my opinion, that the Yuuzhan Vong win this now. Made a slight mistake. Didn't realize the leader had 10 more hit points than I thought he had, so he did survive. Thrawn did win initiative, and they shot both of them, but like I said, the one guy had more health left than I thought, so he survived. Thrawn and the stormtrooper didn't take any damage. They saved against the thud bug, and they retreated back a little bit to close the door on the guy so he couldn't actually, attack them directly. He had to open the door, then throw a thud bug. So, kind of a tactical thing Thrawn would order his troops to do. Was pretty smart. So anyway, going to the last round, it's kind of the same deal. This time I'm saying it's for sure Thrawn wins if he doesn't roll a 1 on initiative. I guess he could roll 1s for his attack too, but as long as he's not rolling 1s, he wins. So this was a crazy round. Thrawn rolled a 1 for initiative, which negates his ability. He can't choose who goes first. Yuuzhan Vong went first, and I realized I've been doing thud bug wrong, so actually the Yuuzhan Vong should have done way more damage. That was my bad. So the Stormtrooper actually, he shrugged off a thud bug, I remembered a while back, so he took some damage, Thrawn took some damage. So this is a different game, kind of. Crazy round. Yuuzhan Vong moved first, so he didn't get opportunist against him. He was able to hit the guy, but it was only 10, so the guy was able to shrug it off with his armor. So again, super crazy. It's kind of anyone's game in a way, because if Thrawn, well, it's not, because Thrawn will probably get initiative. If Thrawn gets initiative, he will still win, because the opportunist thing, will happen. But if he rolls a 1 or fails on his attacks, this guy, well, if he rolls a 1 for initiative, the Yuuzhan Vong goes first. He can thud bug, and then the save is actually for thud bug is actually to see if the opponent gets activated. So he could activate Thrawn, make him miss his, a turn, and that would be pretty massive. So it comes down to if Thrawn's going to roll a 1 again. So we'll see. And I guess the Yuuzhan Vong used up all their magic, because Thrawn did not roll a 1. That would have been pretty crazy if he had rolled a 1 again. But nope, he rolled a 14, and then he went first and quite easily dispatched the Yuuzhan Vong guy. So that is the game. Thrawn was the only survivor of the entire battle, which is crazy, and could be the reason why, at least I think, the Stormtroopers are mostly, if not all, zombies in the Ahsoka thing. I could be wrong, but I have some interesting theories about that. So anyway, a little interesting zoom in I'll do here on Thrawn. My Thrawn figure. I like Thrawn. Anyway, Thrawn outsmarted them all, and he's in the command center where he began, ironically. So anyway, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what kind of battles you want to see. This actually was a suggested battle by one of our subscribers. I apologize, I don't remember the name. It's Ace something, or starts with an A for sure. I'm really bad at names, I apologize. But one of our oldest subscribers, I remember that. And he has suggested a video before. So just because I do a video on one of your suggestions, it does not mean I won't do the next one as well. So keep on likes, commenting, and subscribing, and suggesting what videos you want to see. I have over 670 Star Wars miniatures, and I actually have more than that, because I found where a really long time ago I had a box of these that I was thinking about selling. Glad I didn't, because they're pretty cool. They were some that were worth a lot a long time ago, and they are worth more now, but the game is so rare, I think I might hold on to those. So I'm going to incorporate those and see how many more miniatures I have now. So I might even be into the 700 plus. So anyway, 21 plus maps, probably 700 plus miniatures. Let me know what you want to see. Thanks for watching.